Hey guys, KJ here. I am back with another video. Sorry, I have been gone for a while. As they say, life has been lifing. I have had like literally so much stuff going on. I am exhausted. My hair is doing something. I don't know. But I have just been literally exhausted. I'm just getting from choir rehearsal and back in my car. So if you are new to my channel, I am again KJ, and I focus on my life as an autism mom of a 3-year-old son, Isaiah, and also a focus on multiple myeloma. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma when I was found out I was pregnant with him. So I usually post content about either multiple myeloma and or autism, since my son is on the spectrum. So like I said, it's just been so much going on, and I have not had an opportunity to really post, but I know I've got to do better, and I've got to be more consistent. So but yeah, I'm just getting in from choir rehearsal, and I am totally exhausted. Um, I wanted to just ask about um the possible side effects of the multiple myeloma and or the chemo regimen. So I can recall before I was initially diagnosed, I can recall one of the symptoms that I was having was that my nose was always stopped up. It was either stopped up or it was constantly running. And I always felt like I had to blow my nose. I always felt like I had to blow my nose. Like literally, I was taking in so, I was using so much nasal spray. Like it was to the point where I could not make it throughout the day without having to use nasal spray. And so, the doctor was like, "Oh, you got to get off the nasal spray. It's just like um I forgot how they use it, how they term it. But basically, after you use nasal spray for so long, it just kind of makes the issue worse, and you just using it, and basically you getting addicted to it." And I'm just like, listen, it's not the fact that I just want to use the nasal spray. It's because I needed it. Like it literally felt like my nose was closing up if I did not use nasal spray. It literally felt like my nose was closing and I could not breathe at all. So, and this was like years because I was diagnosed in 2021. Years I had been using nasal spray. Like, again, this was like one of the first symptoms that I was having. My nose constantly was running, just constantly felt drainage all the time. Constantly felt like it was just swollen, like up in here, having to constantly use nasal spray, could not breathe. And so had been referred to the ENT. The only thing that they were telling me was like, "Oh, okay, well, your adenoids were inflamed and we're going to do a biopsy up there." So had that done. They didn't want to remove the tonsils. I kind of asked for them to remove the tonsils because I'm like, well, if it's inflamed, if the adenoids are inflamed, more than likely, don't you think the tonsils are inflamed as well? Like something is going on. And so they found that the adenoids were huge. Like when I say my adenoids were huge, they were huge. Thankfully, the myeloma was not. They said that the myeloma was not in the adenoidal tissue, but for whatever reason, it had started to swell. And so I was reading somewhere recently where someone said that the myeloma can cause inflammation in the nasal cavities. It could cause just a lot of inflammation that can cause the sinus drainage to increase. So where it seems like you are constantly having to blow your nose. And so I'm wondering if anybody else has experienced this or experiencing this, because it is really a nightmare. Like I am miserable. I constantly have to blow my nose, and it is so embarrassing. Like, it doesn't matter where I go, what I'm doing, what environment I'm in, whether I'm at home, uh, it doesn't matter. Like, all day long, my sinuses are constantly draining. I am constantly having to blow my nose. I constantly have um, this feeling of sinus drainage, and always feeling like my nose has to be blown. And just wondering, is anybody else had to deal with this issue? Is anyone else in the multiple myeloma world, are they suffering with the same situation? My light just went out of my car because I guess I've been sitting here for so long. So sorry, it just went out. Is anybody else like dealing with the same issue? Um, as far as having to blow your nose constantly, having to always, I mean, literally, I go through tissue box. I don't even use tissues anymore. Like, I'm using paper towels at this point because it's just nonstop all day long. And it is so annoying. So annoying. So if you guys have any like information, because it just seems like multiple myeloma is one of those things where the research is just ongoing, and it's really not a lot of information out there. So if you guys could please just, drop a comment as far as letting me know what's what, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Again, KJ here. And if you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you like the content. And again, this is just healing therapy for me, and hoping that I can attract like-minded people who are like me, going through dual situations, a son with autism and going through struggling through his cancer diagnosis and treatment. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and or blessed evening at this point, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Be blessed.